Hey everyone, this is PM Sport Talk, the father and son duo podcast. I'm your host Preston, alongside my father Mike and Dad. How are we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. Kind of a quiet weekend in sports, but there's enough to get into, and let's do that now. Let's go.
Let's get right into it. Last time we were on, last episode, we talked about sort of the gambling going on in college football with Brendan Sorsby and Texas Tech, but actually shortly after we ended our episode, it came out that Sorsby and Texas Tech parted ways, and I wanted to sort of follow up with that because there was talk that they were going to have an NFL supplemental draft, which would allow Sorsby to enter the NFL for this season, but that was eventually declined by the Players Association.
Yeah. When you said that they wanted to enter the supplemental draft, Brendan Sorsby and his cohorts wanted to enter his entourage, whatever you want to call them, wanted to enter the supplemental draft. But the NFL, they didn't really want to do that, like you said. So he's out of luck, and he can't do anything until next year's draft. And I got to wonder, is anybody ever going to want this kid? I suppose at some point somebody will take a chance on him, but you knew there was no way that there was going to be a supplemental draft if he was the only player there was going to be. And the NFL just doesn't want, with all that's going on with him, I don't think they want him in their league right now.
I agree, yeah.
There's just too many questions there, too many what-ifs, you could say, right? Oh, like, did he throw that interception on purpose, or did he do this, or did he do that? So I just think I'm sure he'll probably get a shot at some point, maybe, but it's not going to be this year.
No.
And
there's like you said, the talk about the gambling, the betting, it's too hot right now. It's too risky for the NFL to have him in their league, and it would be even more risky for a team to give up draft picks to take a chance on him this year, because you don't know what you're getting. Even without the betting, you don't know what you're getting skill-wise, what's in his head when he goes out there.
Right, yeah. It's not like he's a slam dunk. Yeah, he's talented. He's got some talent there, but I haven't seen enough out of him to say he's a definite NFL quarterback.
Agreed, yeah.
He could be, but like you said, you're going to take a chance on this kid. I wouldn't, and I'm pretty sure the NFL, behind closed doors, I know this stuff's not supposed to go on, but I'm pretty sure the NFL probably went to all 32 teams and said, listen, we're not touching this kid this year. That's just how it's going to be, and maybe next year we'll see, but even then, who knows? Maybe they'll put there might be another stipulation, like if he gets drafted, he's going to have to serve a year suspension or something. They could do that, so he could be at another full year. The team, I don't know this, but there's a good chance. Anytime there's a gambling thing that players get suspended in the NFL.
It's no joke. It's no joke at all. And yeah, they kind of, I believe they made the right decision. They can't do that right now, and like you said, maybe he'll get a shot down the road, but not going to be this year. For Brendan Sorsby of Texas.
One other thing too was there was a thought that he could go to the CFL, Canadian Football League, and they said
banned him.
They said nope, thanks.
Yeah,
nope. So, a kid. I don't know what his NIL, what he received in NIL money this past year, or whatever. It probably was decent. He threw that all. He may have thrown away an NFL career by gambling when he had no reason to, and goes back to the thing where either it was really dumb on his part, or he actually has an actual addiction to gambling. One of the two, and it's too bad because he may have thrown away an NFL career. We don't know that yet, but there's a good chance he might not ever get a shot. We don't know.
Yeah, agreed. I definitely agree with you there. It's tough because we've seen these dumb decisions or just addictions. It could literally be simple addictions that they struggle to get over, really derail the careers or throw away opportunities. So it's tough to see. We'll see what the future holds for Sorsby, but right now that's where it stands. Uh, we're not gonna stay in the NFL, but we're gonna stay on the topic of gambling because in the NBA, this has been a long time investigation, but Malik Beasley, former Pistons, Bucks, Timberwolves guard, and I think a couple other teams, he has been indicted on gambling charges by federal authorities. They say him and a former NBA player by the name of Ed Davis uh, made plenty of point shaving bets to them or together, and that's where we're at right now with that. We find Malik Beasley. This has been a topic for about almost a year now, maybe a year, and he is now officially been indicted on those charges.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, another one. I don't understand. I'm a professional athlete that's been in the NBA. That's made plenty of money. Why are you taking these chances and doing stuff like this? I just don't understand it. Makes no sense to me. He actually played pretty good for the Pistons last year,
He
right?
did, yes.
So,
He was one of their best shooters. He probably was their best shooter.
I mean, so I don't know what goes through these guys' heads. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, he was indicted, so we'll see where that goes. Usually they don't get indicted if they're not something there. So who knows? I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that his NBA career is over, but, I mean, he might look at prison time too. So, I mean.
And he's not exactly young either anymore. So.
Right. So all for no reason. I mean, it just makes no sense. And it's too bad. Those are the pitfalls of gambling. There's so much of it in society now and in sports, I mean, because it's legal now. But there's still cases like this that, make you think, like, geez, why? I mean, it's one thing for an ordinary Joe just go out and bet, but these guys are, like, throwing away their careers and stuff. It's just it's sad, actually. And I'm sure this won't be the last one we'll see of this. There's always going to be somebody, and it's too bad.
Yep. Well, in the NFL, earlier today, this has been going on for about a week or so now. Last week, Terrion Arnold of the Detroit Lions, he got arrested on armed robbery and kidnapping charges, and he got his bond posted today, but he has officially been cut by the Detroit Lions, and he will be serving trial soon.
Another one that just threw his whole career and maybe his life away. Just because, I mean, somebody stole from him at an Airbnb that he owned, I believe is what it was. And we don't really know what they stole yet or anything like that. I don't think that's come out yet.
I believe it did come out that they stole, I don't know exactly, but they stole like hundreds of thousands of dollars of his property.
Yeah, which I get. Nobody wants that. But you're an NFL athlete. You're making millions upon millions upon millions, and you decide to take this into your own hands instead of calling law enforcement. And that just goes to show the kind of character this guy had. He had other people do it for him, I believe, but then he got involved a little. I don't know all the details, but he ended up getting involved. But I mean, it was him that orchestrated it all. Wanted to teach these guys a lesson that stole from him, and he just threw away his whole life because he's going to go to prison. It's just a matter of for how long. He could go for a long time. So I'm sure in the end there'll be a plea deal. So I know there was talk about him getting these life sentence and all this stuff. I don't believe that'll happen. I mean, nobody was killed or anything like that. But still, it's just I just don't understand it. This kid, he's like a second year, right?
Yeah, I believe last year was only his second year.
He's probably like 24, maybe 25, if that. and he just threw his whole life away. I mean, he's going to prison at just a matter of how long.
Yeah.
Because they got him dead to rights.
There's no chance he doesn't take a plea deal.
He's going to take a plea deal, yeah. He's going to serve something. He's going to serve, my guess, I don't know, just following law and all this stuff, I guess he's I would guess he's going to get at least 10 years. I mean, if they were talking life, the possibility of a life sentence, I would think he's going to get at least 10, maybe more. I mean, so his NFL career is over, and his life is definitely on pause at the least.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what these athletes are thinking. They obviously, like you've said before, I don't know if we said it on here, but you've said it to me. These athletes are like coddled their whole life because they're so good. And there's no repercussions for any of their actions. So they just think they can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then so they take matters in their own hands. And this is what happens.
And that's true, because there's people who believe that somehow, some way, because Terrion Arnold is an NFL cornerback, that he will get out of this. But this is real life. These aren't small charges. Like you said, they were talking about life for this, and they think this is just going to he's going to get a slap on the wrist. 10 years is a slap on the wrist.
It is. I'm probably way low on that, maybe. I don't know. But I'm guessing at least 10. And, I mean, so.
With a plea deal, that probably could be true.
I mean, it could be. Who knows? But, yeah, this isn't like. I don't know this, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this kid's been in trouble before, probably, and it got swept under the rug, because this is a big step. You don't usually just take a big step like this. Usually you take little steps before you're this bold and this brazen to do something like this. So he's probably been getting away with stuff all along, and like you said, just gets swept under the rug because it wasn't a big deal. So you get away with things long enough, then sooner or later you're going to make a big mistake, and he made a big mistake. And obviously he didn't have the right people around him. I mean, I don't know what kind of circles he's running in. Some of these guys run in some, rough circles. They've made it big, but they still kind of hang on to their old times of, they probably didn't grow up in the greatest area and all this stuff. So it's too bad that, he just threw away his life basically for the kind of money he made, chump change. So
yeah,
it's just, I don't know. It's too bad.
Well, we're going to get off the topic of that, but yeah.
Let's get into some happier stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, there is a bunch of NBA news to talk about, so I'm just going to go right there because we got a boatload of free agency to talk about. Let's start with the one trade that has been circling and finally got done for years, I'd say. Giannis Antetokounmpo. There was two teams that he was going to get dealt to. That would be the Boston Celtics or the Miami Heat. Well, he was dealt to the Miami Heat, and him and his teammate Bobby Portis are now in Miami, and the Bucks received in return, I believe, let me try to remember all the pieces. Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, some other guy, I forget his name. He has a complicated name. I believe there was one more player in that, but don't quote me on. Oh, Jaime Jaquez. Jaime Jaquez Jr. And I think they got a first-round pick as well in that deal. So I'm going to go out and say this is a lose-lose trade. This is a lose-lose trade. I think if the Bucks made a deal with Boston, you're getting Jaylen Brown, who he's not Giannis, but he's a great player. He's shown that he's capable of making his own team or leading his own team. And you're getting probably a couple first-round picks with that. But now the Heat are kind of screwed because they don't really have any roster spots. You got Giannis, you got Bam Adebayo, Bobby Portis. you're going to have Davion Mitchell bringing up the ball. Davion Mitchell's not a bad player, but he is not your starting point guard.
No,
He's a very key asset off the bench type guy. And you're now in a point now where a guy like Norman Powell is an important guy to re-sign.
Yeah. I'm kind of with you there. I think it was a lose-lose. I mean, the Heat, maybe they're a little better, but I don't know. I heard somebody say the other day, they could be a 4 seed. I don't know if they can be.
I'm not sold on that.
I got to see who else they get there. I know Pat Riley has a history of finding these guys out of nowhere that can contribute, but I don't know. To me, like you said, I mean, for Giannis, it would have been better to go to Boston for sure because he could have won a championship with Boston. He's not winning a championship with Miami.
No.
Boston had an absolute chance to win a championship, and because they have all the other pieces there. You're still going to have Tatum. You're going to have Derek White. You're going to have Pritchard. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple guys, but
yeah, and they would probably make a couple of signings as well, and they had a great draft as well. So you definitely got the pieces to win a championship if Giannis went there, but he went to Miami instead.
Yeah, and to team up with Bam Adebayo, aren't Bam and Giannis kind of the same player?
Yeah.
Similar? I mean, they're both inside players, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how that works. You don't have anybody that can shoot the ball.
Yeah, if he went with Tatum in that front court,
yeah,
Tatum's more of like a run the offense and shoot.
Yeah, he's more of a big point guard.
Yeah,
and or 2 guard. And now Bam Adebayo and Giannis are the same player,
and they're gonna both be in the paint. How is that gonna work?
I don't know how that's gonna work. It's very weird to me. I guess maybe I just don't know. Bam, he's not. I mean, I guess Giannis will shoot the 3 and stuff. He's not a great shooter though.
No.
So
No.
to me, they're the same player. Maybe it's hard to guard both of them inside. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. But if they don't get some guys that can shoot the 3 ball there, that's just okay. What they've been like a play-in team. Maybe they're a 7 or 8 seed.
Maybe.
That's where I see them.
That's still a play-in team.
Right, yeah. Right. Still a play-in team, just a higher play-in team,
Yeah.
I guess. But unless those other playoff teams in the East fall back. But as of right now, Boston's better than them. Detroit's better than them.
New York's better
Knicks
than them.
way better than them. Indiana with Halliburton's better than them.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I missing? Cleveland's better than them.
Yep.
So right there,
who you got? Detroit, Boston.
Philadelphia's probably better.
I'd take Philadelphia over this team.
So that puts them at 7.
Especially with Philadelphia, their guards are going to be even better now. With them getting Philon from Bama in the draft, I'd take Philly over them. I don't think it's.
So what was Miami last year? Like a 9 or 10 seed?
Yeah.
So maybe there'll be a 7 seed this year.
Yep.
That's where I see them. Unless there's always injuries that happen to some of these
Mm-hmm.
other teams. But if everything holds, with minor injuries, and they're a 7 seed at best.
Honestly, yeah. And are we even sure? I don't know if I'm going too far here. Are we even sure they're a better team than the Magic?
I forgot about them. Probably not, right?
I think the Magic don't have that. I mean, they got Banchero, but their team's kind of complete. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I'd take Orlando over them too.
Maybe they're the same. Maybe Miami is right where they were last year.
I mean, Toronto. You still got Toronto, who's a decent team as well. They were a playoff team this year.
Yeah. So
Miami's gonna don't get it twisted. Miami's gonna be good. I just don't think they're gonna take as big of a step as people think.
Yeah, me either. Not unless I gotta see the final roster, but the way it looks right now, they're not.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee's, in my opinion, they didn't get any better, didn't get any worse because they didn't make the playoffs with him. So I know he was hurt or whatever he was. I don't even know if he was hurt.
That's another thing.
Injury
Concern could
He's
be a
hurt every
factor
year.
too. Because if Giannis gets hurt,
then that team is they have nobody.
they're shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're done. I mean,
At least Milwaukee had shooters and stuff. I mean, in years past, I don't know about this year, but so that when he had those injuries, they could kind of stay afloat. Miami, like you said, if he goes down, then they're just done.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out, but doesn't look too good right now. Another trade, we just talked about this today that just happened. Ja Morant, his Grizzlies era, I would say his controversial Grizzlies era is over. He is headed to the Portland Trailblazers, where the Trailblazers dealt Chris Murray and Jeremy Grant in exchange for Ja Morant, and he will now be that team's point guard. We'll see, because Damian Lillard will be coming back too. We'll see how that plays out.
maybe Damian Lillard could keep him on the straight and narrow a little bit, get the most out of him. He's still talented. I mean, I think.
The only thing with Dame is he hasn't played in 2 years practically.
No, I mean
Ja Morant.
Ja Morant,
He is
yeah.
still talented. It's there. He just this year I think it was more injuries than off the court
off-court stuff, yeah.
But I think this was his Grizzlies era. It was just a matter of when, not if, it was going to be over. I mean, he was always getting into arguments with his teammates and stuff, coaching staff. It just didn't work out. I mean, they had a couple years where they made the playoffs, but since then it really hasn't gone nowhere. They're going to go the route with their young talent they just got in the draft, Cam Boozer, Zach Edey.
They're basically kind of starting over.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do anything last year, right? So they fired their coach. And
They
all
got
that stuff,
they got rid of Bane. Now they're going to get rid of Morant. So yeah.
Bane, they got rid of what's his name? That's with Utah now. He's a good player, the big guy.
No, Jaren Jackson.
Jaren Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Got rid of him, so they're going young there.
I can't believe I forgot him, but
Yeah.
anyways, they're definitely gonna start their rebuild. It might, if Cam Boozer works out, it might be a short rebuild,
It could be, yeah.
but we'll see. I think they got another good player. I don't know though. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I think they might have gotten Bennett Sturts. I don't know. The draft is weird because they announced it as a team, but it could be trade. There's trades and stuff.
It's so annoying because the league year hasn't started yet, so they can't announce the trade. So even though we knew about the trade before the draft, during the draft they still have the original team. They're on the original team, not the team that traded them.
Yeah.
Not the team that they got traded to.
It just makes it confusing.
Very confusing.
Yeah.
So why can't you just say, all right, he was traded to, that's his team now?
Yeah.
Because they'll even wear the hat of the team that traded them. It's so stupid.
That's really dumb.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Why don't you start the league year before the draft?
NFL's draft isn't even during the new league year.
It is.
It is? I thought the new league year was June 1st.
I thought it was March.
Is it? I thought June 1st marked the new league year.
I'm not sure about that. Maybe.
Maybe. Either way, yeah. There's no need to be that confusing.
No, because free agency is before the draft, right? So that's the new year.
Oh, is that the new? Okay, yeah.
But why doesn't the NBA just start their new year a couple days before the draft?
Doesn't make any sense.
So stupid.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
The NBA, there's so many things with the NBA that just turn you off.
Yeah, I agree.
You think they would recognize that stuff?
Yeah.
These are smart people that have made lots of money, way smarter.
Calling Adam Silver a smart person is a choice.
Well, he was a lawyer, wasn't he? I mean,
if he was a lawyer, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure most of these guys that end up as commissioners and stuff all have backgrounds as lawyers and stuff like that, and it's just mind-bogglingly. I can't even say it to me that people that are so smart cannot see that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we confused? People don't want to be confused when watching the draft. They want to root for, see who their team got, and now they're all confused. I know, because when I look at look on it online and look, oh, okay, what team is he on now? Because did he get traded from that team or is he on this team now? It's so. That's another thing. the draft, that was probably like one of the worst drafts I've ever watched in my life. I didn't watch much of it, but I flipped back and forth a little bit. It was so boring.
I really wanted to watch it because, like, this is one of the few years I actually knew a lot of players in this draft because they've been doing a lot of international,
Right, yeah.
overtime elite, whatever, where the Thompson brothers came out from.
Yeah, this was mostly college players.
So that's why I kind of enjoyed watching this draft because when they did make the picks, I knew who they were.
I don't know if it was just ESPN's presentation with Lisa Salters, but those interviews that they had with the parents and the brothers and all, it was so weird to me that they all had microphones, but only one person would talk. And you probably don't look at it that way, but me as an older person watching it is like, it was so awkward. And
I believe when Steinbach got drafted, they tried to play something on the TV. It was a message from Dirk. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I did see that.
And the audio cut out.
Yeah, you couldn't. It was just a mess.
It was.
ESPN, you would think, would have a better production than that, but I don't know. It was weird. It was like there was no. You know how exciting the NFL draft is, and the crowd's going nuts, and it's just.
It feels so dead there.
It was just dead. It was like they were in a morgue. It was just so weird, and I don't know. It's just, I guess that's just the difference between the NFL and the NBA.
You make a good point there, but away from the presentation, I think this draft class could be really good. There's so much talent in this draft class.
There is definitely.
You go down the list. I mean, it starts from the number one pick, AJ DeBanza, all the way to like guys like Chris Sinak, who went to Boston. I mean, Koa Pete was the last pick of the draft.
Right, yeah, and he was
or
really
the
good.
first round, I should say.
Yeah, no, and like you said, it was nice knowing the players because most of them were. There was a few international.
That was the one thing I enjoyed about this draft because, like, I only know the college players entering the draft. I don't pay attention really to international,
G League stuff.
G League, like, I'm kind of glad that's kind of like dying down a little bit because that when they did the drafts like that, I didn't really want to tune in because I had no idea who these guys were.
Like you said, when the Thompson twins were drafted, whenever that was, like 3 or 4 years ago, like there was a whole bunch of guys in that top 10 that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it was like I had no interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
This reminded me of the old days when it was all college players. Because like when I was your age, it was just college players, and there might be 1 or 2 guys from Europe, and that was it.
The only international player that, like, I knew, like, a lot about him was Wembanyama because everybody was talking about him, and he had a lot of coverage on him when he played in France. So that was the only person I knew that didn't go to college that got drafted.
Yeah, that was a good one. Everybody knew him because he was the number 1 guy. And, well, like you said, in years past, it was guys you never heard of. And you're like, how can you get excited about that? Especially if it's your team and they draft somebody that nobody knows. It just is like, oh, okay.
Like, I don't know. Yeah,
you know?
It's a little weird, but yeah. I want to talk about a free agency trend that looks very possible and could be a scary move if everything goes to plan. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember years ago when the Golden State Warriors signed Kevin Durant? Everyone was upset. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, here we go. We're never going to beat this team now. This might be happening again because Draymond Green just declined his player option. What does that mean? He wants to give the Warriors cap room to go after 2 guys, LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
I'm going to take a little different take on this. I see what they're trying to do, but I don't think it'll work.
You don't think so?
I think they're too old. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing. Curry and Anthony Davis and LeBron, they've all been kind of dealing with injuries these past years. especially Anthony Davis. If he doesn't stay healthy, I don't know about this little plan. But if he does, if everyone stays healthy, this will be a good team. Do I think they'll take down? They have a chance of taking down teams, but I don't know. Even if you have Anthony Davis, look at the Spurs. Just for example, the Spurs are stacked and they're younger.
Yeah, I just don't.
Like here would be your starting five if this went to plan. Point guard Stephen Curry. I'm assuming Butler would be gone. So if this got done, so who would play the two?
Are they gonna get rid of him or keep him?
I don't. That's a big thing. I don't know because he's coming off an injury. Who's gonna want him at 36, coming off an ACL tear?
All right, so who would it be? Curry.
Who would? I'm trying to think who would play shooting guard. Because Yaxel would probably be the 3, right?
So Curry, Yaxel, LeBron, Davis, and who else?
Draymond probably, right?
Is he staying?
He's probably gonna stay.
All right.
Because I don't see him decline this player option as a move for him leaving. I see it as a move for him giving the Warriors cap room. Because it was like a pretty chunky amount, like 25 mil.
That starting lineup right there does not do anything for me. One, Draymond can't score.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron, he's not really a scorer. He's more of a setup guy.
Yeah.
Especially now.
Curry's their scorer.
Curry's the scorer. I guess if you had Lenonborg out there, he could be a scorer.
Davis is a Davis and Green are both like kind of defensive players.
You need another shooter, don't you?
I think so. I don't know. You have things on their bench. Not really anybody that comes to mind.
I don't know enough about the Warriors, but I just don't know if this will work. Curry is coming off injury, right?
He did play in the play-in tournament.
Did he play in the
and he played really good.
That's
so.
right. Yeah, so he can still shoot.
The thing with Curry is he gets injured, but when he's on the court, he's the same player. It doesn't really do anything to him.
I heard he's like 38, so he's old too.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't look old, so maybe. I mean, LeBron's in his 40s and he's still playing good, so I guess that Curry. I mean, there's a chance it could work. I'd have to see who the other players that mix in with it. They got to find a couple young guys that, I mean, like say they drafted Lenonborg, so he could be that guy. And like I said, who else is on that team? There was that other guy that started. I forget his name. He played for them. He was decent. He's young.
Pods.
Is that who it
Brandon
is?
Pajemski.
Yeah.
Don't tell that to Lemire.
He doesn't like him?
He hates him.
Yeah, he's not great, but he's young. I don't know. I know. I heard. If this was 5 years ago, I would say, yeah, look out. But now, I don't know. I guess a lot of it depends on Anthony Davis, because, like you said, he probably could still play when he's healthy.
They're also bringing back Al Horford, so they are really trying to build the oldest team in NBA history.
That's if we believe this. I heard another take on this was like, do you really think the Warriors, who are a very smart organization, are going to go all in and not build for the future for like one season, basically? I don't know.
Yeah, the thing is, the only trade they would really have to make, because LeBron could be a free agent this year, so they'd have to trade for Anthony Davis. That's what they would have to do. So I would think, I don't know how much it will really depend on what the Mavericks want for Anthony Davis. In terms
Wizards.
The Wizards. Sorry, the Wizards. I forgot he was even on the Wizards.
Yeah, he hardly even.
The Wizards are gonna want picks.
Yeah,
they're not. They're a very young team and they are rebuilding. They just got DeBansa. I'm sure they would love a pick to try to pair somebody up with him next year.
Unless they want Davis there with him. I mean, I don't know. So, but
I don't think Davis wants to be a Wizard.
No, I'm sure. Well, Didn't he go there because was it him that went, or was it Trae Young that
Trae Young. I think Trae Young was the one that wanted to go there.
Okay, it wasn't Davis.
And
Right.
Davis just got traded there.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think. I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer for Davis to go to the Golden State to try to win one. But I don't know. I just don't know if it'll work. But it's definitely interesting, and it'll. I'm not saying they'd be horrible. I just don't know if they'd be good enough. To me, they would be like a 5 or 6 seed, and the way the NBA playoffs are set up, maybe it would work because we all know how many days off they had between games in the playoffs. So, I mean, if they could just get by through the regular season and then the playoffs, they're somewhat rested, maybe it would work. I don't know because, they'd have plenty of time for rest days in between. So
we'll have to see. I don't know. This is going to be a huge gamble. We'll see if it's the risk reward is there.
I mean, LeBron's setting up Curry. I mean, I could see that, but
I know those two have always wanted to play with each other, so I think that could be a real possibility.
I don't know if it would get them to a championship, but I wouldn't mind seeing it just to see it.
Yeah.
Because if it did work for one season, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be KD Curry where it's insufferable to watch. It's kind of going to be more like a fun way to go out.
Yeah, so
we'll see how it goes. With that, well, we're going to cap off our day or our episode with the biggest thing in sports in the world right now, and that would be none other than the World Cup. Only happens every 4 years, and right now we are going to make our predictions since the knockout round of 32 has started of who we think is going to win the World Cup. I know you aren't the biggest soccer fan in the world, but for this, since it's in the U.S., do you have a prediction for who is going to win that trophy?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say one thing before my prediction. I'm a little bit more into it this year, and like you said, it's here, Canada, U.S., Mexico, mainly U.S., and the U.S. team's doing good.
Yeah.
Which usually isn't the case. This is the first time I don't know if it's ever or in a very long time that they've won 2 games in the World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, they 4 years ago, they made the knockout stage, but they were eliminated by the Netherlands. But this year, a lot of people have high hopes for this U.S. team. They did just lose their last game to Turkey, but not many are concerned because they were sort of playing their backup since they didn't have anything to play for. So now they are officially in the round of 32. I forget who they're playing first.
They're playing Bosnia.
That's
Bosnia-Herzegovina, and there's a lot of people jumping on the American bandwagon, and which is great. But I will say this. They better win at least this game to get to the round of 16, because if they don't, this would be a colossal failure. All the big hype and all the hope and everything that we've had for the first 2 weeks of this will just be gone.
Yep.
And you'll see the life sucked right out of the United States. The other games will have great fans because there's so many people here from other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So, that Lumen Field, where the Seahawks play in Seattle, they had 67,000 people in that stadium for Iran against Egypt, I think it was.
Really?
Somebody like
wow,
unbelievable. And
it's just great how big this event is.
It's huge.
It's really cool, actually. I think
it is.
How all the countries come together for this.
It is great. It's been great to see. And you see all these fans for other teams that are in the U.S. that came to the U.S. to watch their team play.
Yeah.
You've seen them going to like baseball games and stuff, like because they have like pretty near a week in between games, and they're just like all these fans going to baseball games and all this stuff, and it's just crazy how they seem to love American sports, which is kind of crazy.
If only football season was going on.
Wow, that'd be nuts, wouldn't it? But anyway, on to my prediction. I'd love to go to the U.S., but I just don't think so. I could see them winning another game or two, but I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Argentina.
Messi,
who, if we were doing players of the week, we could have picked for player of the week because he had 5 or 6 goals already in 2 games.
He's been on a tear. I think him winning that World Cup in 2022 and finally getting that milestone in his career, it's kind of like McIlroy winning the Masters. They're just playing free.
He's playing free, and I have heard on different sports talk shows about they had some experts on there, and they're saying he doesn't have the speed and the quickness and all that he used to have, but he can still score like he could. So the way the Argentina team is set up is they have a bunch of younger guys that do all the running and do all that stuff, and he's more or less the goal scorer.
Yeah,
and they kind of set him. I don't know if I say set him up, but he's the sniper. He's the goal scorer, and it works real well for them. So I know I'm not going out on a big limb there saying that they could win it, but that's who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, well, that's a good pick on your part. Don't say that because people are going to say that more for my pick. I'm going to go not the U.S. I'm going to go France to win it all. I think them being runner-ups in 2022 has been living with that team. Mbappe had a hat trick in the World Cup final. He's probably coming out for blood. And I just really like their team, and I really like their chances to win it all this year and finally win that World Cup.
Great pick. I think they're one of the favorites going into this.
Yeah, they are. I think they are the favorite.
They might be the favorite. One of the experts I heard, I don't know, I can't remember his name. I should know his name because his name is Tommy Ben or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom Ben, something like that. Anyway, he said, I heard the other day that France's backups could have their own team and be one of the better teams in this. That's how deep they are. So, great pick on your part. Soccer is crazy, though, because today, just before our episode here, Brazil played Japan. And
their substitute one got the winning goal in the 96th minute.
That would have been a huge upset if Japan beat them.
Mm-hmm.
So you just never know. So
it's a very cool event, and I'm excited to watch how it plays out. Well, with that being said, that will conclude our episode today of PM Sport Talk. Once again, I'm Preston Ayotte, alongside my father Michael Ayotte, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.